just to keep it blunt and truthful in my own speech, I am starting to stand firm in the belief that anger and frustration is completely necessary for growth. It's completely necessary in order to learn about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if everything was just peaches and cream with you all the time, then how would you know when something doesn't work for you? How would you know when something isn't right for you, when it doesn't resonate? You know what I'm saying? It could be a person, it could be a thing, it could just be an idea, all these hypotheticals. And I believe that feeling anger and truly feeling just frustrated at whatever it is you're feeling frustrated about is completely important and no longer needs to be disregarded. And it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? For example, last night I was sitting in this room thinking about how I had to go to my job this morning, and the job is super simple, you know, relatively easy. Yet I found myself just getting irritated at the thought of having to go there. And it made me come to realize that it's because I have my own desires of what I consider to be freedom from being under someone's thumb and being able to create my own schedule and live my life according to what I want to do with the time that I have and with each moment, as opposed to having to go somewhere in the state of survival when I'd rather be in the state of truly living. You feel what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have realized that if I didn't take a second to acknowledge how irritated I got, you know? And to be truthful, I feel that frustration can help us establish boundaries as well. Because if you don't acknowledge how angry you are when something happens, if you don't truly acknowledge it in the sense of taking accountability for that anger and getting to the root of it, then it'll just continuously happen until explosion, until you blow up on someone, you know, and it happens, you know, and I can say that I've done that before, you know, and I'm not perfect with it. You know, I'm not the perfect person, and I have felt a lot of anger in my life. And I feel that we need to take accountability for the fact that we're not always going to just be smiling all the time. I know I don't. You know, there are a lot of times where I am pissed beyond belief and I don't want to talk to nobody and I just need space, you know? And it's because I need to learn and I need to get to the root of what's upsetting me so I can establish a boundary in order to not let it be replicated. Whether it's someone is talking about me behind my back, or if my girlfriend, hypothetically here, is frustrating me, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm playing basketball and things aren't going my way, I need to get to the root of why I'm upset in these moments so that I can improve. And the next time it hypothetically happens, I can surpass it instead of being absorbed by it and changing my whole day. Because specifically for me, I've noticed that when I'm angry, it can ruin my whole day. It doesn't matter how great the day was. It takes one moment sometimes and it could piss me off and the rest of the day sucks. And I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be bothered, nothing. But I do honestly feel that it's just what's real, you know? And that's why I feel like we need to pay more attention to when we are frustrated and when we are angry, because if we don't, and we just continue to walk through our lives and just try to smile through it all, you're just gonna break down more and more, and you're just gonna bottle all that up, and it's just gonna come off at the worst possible time. And, you know, speaking from experience, it usually happens when you don't want it to ever occur. Maybe it's in front of a person you like, or in front of friends who you don't feel the most comfortable being vulnerable with. And it never comes out when you need it to. It always comes out at the worst time. And that's why I feel it's important to find ways to express yourself so you can get to the root. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's talking to yourself. Maybe it's video diaries. You know, you don't have to upload these things. You can just keep them for yourself. Maybe it's getting physically aggressive with inanimate objects. I'm not saying go out and hurt anybody, you know, but you got to find your methods in order to get to the root of this frustration so we can surpass it and we can take accountability for it and we can grow as people from said situation. Because truth be told, like, you can literally look at plants in nature. They do not grow without the heavy storms. That's why the sun has to go down and the storm clouds have to come out. You know what I'm saying? And the plants, they stay grounded in those moments, and they get through the storms and they get stronger because of it. You are just like that. It's going to be uncomfortable because I don't think anyone likes to be angry all the time, at least from what I would think. I don't think anyone enjoys being frustrated, but it's important and it's necessary for your growth. If you're gonna grow and become the person who you love and become the person who you deem important and significant, you have to get through these moments of anger and frustration and get to the root. You know what I'm saying? And find these conclusions for you so that you can be better for you. All right? Your feelings truly do matter, and your anger and your irritation and your frustration also align with that. So take that into account and do not neglect it. For real. All right? I said what I needed to say because I'm making this video because I've been frustrated all day today, just like I was last night. And this is one of my ways to express myself, and we'll see what happens after I post it. You know what I'm saying? But peace and love to you. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you for coming back. I am JoJo, and I'm out.